still, the thoughts of you are sinking. Point stands, but I'm still overthinking. You know you don't really call me like you used to, but I know you try. But I've heard you've been here before. But I won't stay the same, it's just what I'm used to. Some things don't ever change, I know it's me and you. But I don't stay the same, I'm just adjusting to. Some things don't change, but I'm designed to be held on to. Babe, I wanna know, is it heartfelt to maybe just a little? Cause you don't really see me like you used to, but you hold on to me cause all you do is settle. I've heard you've been here before. Stay the same, it's just what I'm used to. Some things don't ever change, I know it's me and you. But I don't stay the same, I'm just adjusted to. Some things don't change, but I'm designed to be held on to. But I don't stay the same, it's just what I'm used to. Some things don't ever change, I know it's me and you. But I don't stay the same, I'm just adjusting to. Some things don't change, but I'm designed to be held on to. If I stay still, the thoughts of you are sinking. Point stands, but I'm still overthinking. You know you don't really call me like you used to, but I know you try. But I've heard you've been here before. But I won't stay the same, it's just what I'm used to. Some things don't ever change, I know it's me and you. But I don't stay the same, I'm just adjusting to. Some things don't change, but I'm designed to be held on to.
Kicks in.
Hello.
Hello. I was trying to explain to, Sarah how all this works. She's like, I don't want to know.
You said don't sing and mess with the audio.
Did not say that. That's her interpretation. That is not what I said. So, what's up?
Happy today.
Yeah, it's a Thursday, I think.
It is because football's on.
Yeah. But it's not anybody you really care about. Yeah. Not even a game you care about. Are they even the same
I don't know.
league?
No idea.
Oh, then why do you watch football?
I watch football. I
You just watch the one game at a time.
Yeah, I watch whatever's on TV. How else do you watch football?
No, I'm saying you watch one game at a time, not caring how it counts against your
Correct.
team.
Oh
or-
yeah, I don't care.
Huh.
I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, but it would change your motivation on who wins.
No.
You're just whoever's behind is who you want to win,
Yeah.
which doesn't make sense because everybody at one point is going to be behind,
Yes.
right? Not everybody, but
Well, it's when you're really behind that I want you to win. When you feel like close game, I'm like, it's whatever.
so wild.
Just like good plays.
No, because usually, like sports fans in general,
Yeah.
they don't.
I'm not a good sports fan. I know this.
You're a good one game fan, one
Yeah.
game at a time fan.
Yeah. I just like sports.
Yeah. Well, okay.
I just don't care enough to be that involved in like
Oh, it's not about being
the
involved.
players and how it's going to affect your team and how this person's doing and who's on the injured list. Who's
No, it's more like when you're watching, because you're an Eagles fan. So when you're watching two teams play, it changes stuff for your team
right.
if they're in the same
Yeah.
league.
Yeah, I
and
just don't
everything,
care enough about that.
which is wild.
Eh.
That's just wild. Because that's why there's certain times where I was like, I don't care what San Francisco does. I don't care what
Yeah.
Green Bay does until it gets to a certain point. I was like, now I care because now it affects the team that I'm going for at that
Yeah,
point.
I don't.
Because otherwise I'm like, oh, that was a good game.
Yeah.
Other than that,
That's my favorite.
yeah, it was a good game. I like good games, but
Yes.
that's always what determines who I'm cheering for.
Oh, no.
Because if Green Bay needs to win to put the other team down a notch, then I want them to win.
Every once in a while I notice those things, but I don't care enough.
Yeah, it's just that's odd.
Yeah.
Because you're the bigger football fan in the house.
Yeah.
For sure. So
Enough
welcome
about
to
sports ball.
Thursday. Welcome to Thursday. Make sure to go to patreon.com/Sarah and Scooter. That's Sarah with an H and spell out the word and. Patreon.com/Sarah and Scooter.
And we're choosing highos today.
We're having some hi-os. I'll probably have a beer in a little while.
Oh.
But
Hiyo.
it's not too bad. It's off camera.
Uh,
There we
Salud.
go. That was weird.
I thought it was off camera.
Because we can drink on camera, but we can't cheers on camera.
That backwards.
Just kidding. All right. So we are going to what?
We're talking about our sponsors.
Sponsors, 11 Consulting. Make sure to go to 11consulting.com for a complimentary introductory consultation. Just tell them that Sarah and Scooter sent you over there. That's 11consulting.com.
.com. And then also we have Yaya's Embroidery.
Yeah.
On the Instagram.
I have a makeshift down cam. There they are.
Ooh. So she made these amazing hats. She does shirts, beanies. I'm assuming probably just towels. That'd be fun. Embroidered towels.
I'm sure.
But literally anything you can ask for. Reach out to her. Great customer service. Great human.
Yes.
Mention Sarah and Scooter. 10% off your whole order.
Yeah, Yaya's Embroidery on the Instagram. It's linked in the video, guys.
Oh,
11
nice.
Consulting and the Patreon that we talk about, our two sponsors.
It's all in the video.
It's in the links on the YouTube video. So back to it. All right, let's get it on.
Good thing.
Supposed to sing that part?
I felt like it.
I said, let's get it on.
Yeah.
I was like, who has this time to go? Let's get it on. I was like, well, let's get it on.
Someone's in a rush.
No, I'm just
Doesn't
saying.
want to watch Love is Blind.
No, I didn't even think about it till just now. Now we're in a rush. All right.
what
I
do you
have a
have?
few.
Okay. I have two, but I feel like some of ours are going to intersect.
Maybe. Go ahead, babe. Go ahead.
We went to a wedding
Yes, we did. That was on my list too.
reception,
Yes.
and it was lovely.
Yes, it was very
Steve
fun.
and Mary.
Slim.
Slim.
Marion Slim.
Lim, now that we know.
What do you mean we?
Um,
That you know. You didn't know I
me?
called him Slim. You just thought he was skinny.
No, I thought his name was Slim.
No. His name's Steve
But now
Lim.
we know his DJ name
DJ
was
Slim.
Slim.
DJ Slim.
It was very cute. His DJ friends were there. His family,
Yeah.
their family was there. There was dancing.
It's a good mix of people.
Yeah.
There's a good mix of like people that know them from Apple,
Right.
people that know him from DJ, her, friends of hers she's known for a long time, newer friends. No, probably not.
Mm.
That seemed like everybody knows them for at least 10 years
Yeah.
or longer. Everybody that was there. So I felt very like honored that they invited us.
Yeah.
Because he became such a close friend so fast, and just don't keep in touch with him still.
Yeah.
But so fast when I worked at Apple when I first moved here. So it was really nice.
It was really nice. Food was delicious.
Food was amazing.
Great music.
3 different proteins.
So many proteins.
There was,
I got too
wasn't there
much
3?
salad.
Wasn't there 3 different?
There was the
Pork,
pork, the
beef, and
fish.
chicken.
Yeah, there was.
Oh,
There was no chicken.
okay. So fish, beef, pork.
Yep.
So
Yeah, there's a
good.
whole pig that was roasted.
Oh, yeah, that was so
It's very good.
Yeah. So yeah, it was very fun.
Yeah.
The bar was fun. Exploring was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Chatting
at
with people.
at a golf course in a tent.
Yeah.
That was nice.
It was very nice.
Very pretty.
Yeah.
It made me realize that's like the last person that I think we know who's gonna have like a wedding that we are gonna be invited to. So sad.
You don't know that.
We need to make some new friends. I love weddings.
Think about it. Think about there's going to be some people. I even named some.
Well, you named our kids.
No, I named other people that we know that I've known for years. People that we literally hung out with last weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you
That's
talking
if
about?
they still like us. Just
But they liked us for quite a while now.
I'm
through
just
the
saying.
through highs and lows.
This was a
Like,
big gap between weddings that
if
we
you
were
kinda
invited to.
gloomy going, I was like, we have friends that aren't married.
Yeah, but I don't know if we have friends that want to get married.
We don't know that because
know.
most people don't want to get married. I mean, until they want to.
Yeah, that's true.
Just like nobody not nobody, but most people, they're not walking around. I just want to get married. I was like, you don't even have a partner.
What I'm saying is we're really good wedding guests. So if you're having a wedding and you need someone to show up and eat food and dance, we'll go. I mean,
For free.
pull our legs.
Just let us come over. We will dance. We won't make too much of a fool of ourselves, but enough. That'll
Left
be
Wick
fine.
says weddings are fun if you like Will Ferrell and Wedding Crashers. I don't think I've ever seen Wedding Crashers.
Well, it's just different.
I don't think I could crash. I mean, we did crash a wedding one time, but it was in Ireland and it was different. They didn't care. But I don't know if I
Where?
in Ireland.
Yeah, but I don't think we crashed it. It was at a public place. It was at
Yeah.
a public pub.
But we did join in.
Well, we just
Well,
sat
the
down.
reception. It wasn't the wedding.
Yeah, it was a reception, and they asked us they were like dedicating songs to us and stuff.
I don't think I could just go to like a random wedding that I'm not invited to.
Yeah, not to a reception or
Yeah.
anything like that. But
If you invite
but
us, we'll
sometimes
go.
that happens. I mean, it literally happened to us in
Yeah.
Ireland. We're like sitting there like we were in a fancy hotel, really fancy.
Yeah.
And we're like, we even asked the bartender there. We said the bartender, so if we were going to go somewhere that's not so fancy, like where people from Ireland go, because it felt kind of touristy
Yeah.
area, like
It
a
was.
castle.
It
It
was
was
a
a castle.
castle.
And he goes, yeah, just, I can get you somebody with a golf cart.
Yeah.
Can just take you across the pond. And that's where all the local people from the area go and hang out and drink. And I was like, please. I was like, can they come back and get us?
Right.
He goes, how do we have to get them to come back? I think we just
remember.
told the bartender.
Oh yeah, I
We
think
had to
so.
tell the
Yeah.
bartender, and he contacted him. He goes, they say they do this every once in a while when people are like,
Yeah.
this is too hoity-toity for me.
Yeah, we are.
Just was.
Anyways, good wedding.
There's
It
too
was
many
nice.
people not from Ireland in that place.
Yeah.
So,
We were one of them, but still.
Yeah. but that's fine. No, it was really fun. Great people to be around.
Yeah.
It was cool to see. They kind of goofed on Slim and had him DJ.
Yeah, that was adorable.
That was hilarious.
That was really
um,
cute.
So that was fun. Mary will just
Just dance.
twirl and dance.
She was having
for
the time of her
night.
life.
Yeah. So it was really cool. So that's fun.
Yeah.
The other thing I had was we went and saw Ambiverse.
We did.
So that was fun. So that's a good
Album
thing.
release.
What's that?
Song release? Album release.
Album release.
Yeah.
From Kaminsky. Is it Kaminsky? Kaczynski?
Seth Kaminsky.
Kaminsky.
Mhm.
He had also a small EP, 5 songs dropped that same day. A couple of them were really good. I mean, I listened to the whole thing, but I was like, a couple of them resonated with me quick.
Yeah.
I don't know about the rest of them because I haven't listened to them enough. That's fun. We got to have the Dastardly Trio come out and hang out
We
with
did.
us. We had Mariah, Malia, and Sammy come out. And so that was fun
Yeah.
to have them come down there and goof around for a little bit, list some tunes.
Riza came out.
Riza came out. That was fun. We went out afterwards and
Yeah.
checked out 2 additional places. But yeah, that was really, really fun.
Good night.
Enjoyable.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, those 2 things. Mine was Linya lost a tooth this week. What? She's getting so old, so grown up. But
Losing teeth.
I got a FaceTime call while we're at the wedding reception.
Yeah.
That Linya wanted to show off her missing tooth. So that was super adorable. Yeah, that was my other thing. It was kind of just random this week, and I was like, oh, that's cute.
That was cute.
So that's fun.
Nice.
What else we got? Anything?
Nope. Rant of the week. Rant of the week.
Rant of the week.
I have 2. I have 2 rants and an ick.
Okay.
You have any rants?
I have a rant.
Okay, I'll go first. So I went to a bakery while I was out, and they had red velvet cupcakes. And I said, does this have cream cheese frosting? And he said yes. And it didn't when I ate it. And it's like if somebody replaced the sugar in a cupcake with salt. That's how it is to bite into something and it's not what you thought
True.
it was going
That's
to
so
be.
true.
So I took a bite and I was like, it was like that sweet buttercream frosting, and I was like, trash. I don't even care if the cake is good. This is trash. So I didn't eat it, and that was my rant. I was highly upset because I asked. I didn't assume. I said this is cream cheese frosting, and they said yes.
It's a big difference, man.
It's so icky.
No, it just.
Ugh.
I mean, but if you know you're having buttercream, you're
Yes.
you're prepared
Yes,
for,
the taste of buttercream.
you know.
Yes,
Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's just you're ready for a certain thing.
yes.
I mean, it's so different. The texture's different.
And if you don't
The
eat a lot of
taste
cake,
is so
you
different.
probably don't understand what I'm saying, but it's a thing.
No, I mean I don't care what it is. It's even if you like the 2 things.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I was
Yes.
like, even if you like the 2 things, but and I said and you're like, whoa, my brain, your synapses is already like talking to your olfactory
Yes.
system, going,
I'm
this is
prepared
what
for-
I'm
yes.
expecting.
Yes.
And then you put it in your mouth and you're like, that's not,
It's not cream cheese.
yeah, this is not
I was so sad.
not one of those places where you
Not-
guess what's in your mouth.
I don't know if you guys have bought cupcakes recently. They're not cheap. So then I
No,
was like,
nothing's
man, I
cheap.
just wasted like $4 on a cupcake that I'm not
Like,
even gonna eat.
Nothing, I mean, essential items are not cheap, let alone luxury items
Right.
or even more,
Yeah.
even up higher than standard items.
Yeah.
You know?
So it bummed
So,
me out.
yeah, that bummed me
real
out.
bad.
That would
man.
bum me out.
All right, go ahead.
Mine was there's some sort of herd mentality or something like this that I've been to, and I don't know if it's a generation thing. I don't know if it's a personality area thing, city kids. I don't know what it is, but I don't say kids. They're like people in their 20s, 30s.
We're old, so those are
No,
kids.
like mid late 20s,
Yeah,
early
kidding.
30s, somewhere around there. We've been to multiple places, and it's not about sitting down or anything like that, but they congregate around where people walk through.
Yes.
I've seen it so often lately in this era of people that go to bars and have beers
Yeah.
and drinks. And it's a strange mentality of let's pack 20 people in. We went to the tack room. It's called the tack room. The place can hold probably 5 times as many people that were there.
Yeah.
At least. Right? But the people that were there was like probably 20 some
Yeah.
people. They were all congregated around the only way to get anywhere.
Yes.
Like you walk in and to go to any other section of the place, that's where they all congregated and were all standing around.
Yes.
2 or 3 of them were sitting at the bar. The rest were all behind them and you could not get through.
Yeah.
You couldn't, even if I didn't even try. I was like, I don't care. Personally, I don't care. But I was like, there's nobody can go to the whole there's 50% of
Right.
this establishment
Yeah.
is
Behind this
basically
group.
closed off
Yeah.
because nobody can get through. It happened to me when we went to Washington too, also in the Roosevelt area. Remember I told you about that little pizza bar, whatever?
Yeah.
Same concept. They were all standing up. Now there was a different section of people that weren't with them. I think they were either younger or older. So I think it's this 25 to 35. They felt like that was the age group.
Yeah.
So anybody that was freshly like underage or 21-ish, they were kind of dissipating and off to the side. And anybody above 35 were finding some other areas that weren't in the way. It was insane. They were in, it's like you couldn't get to the bathroom.
It's weird.
It was that, but the same with their
I know.
restroom is in the back. Nobody could even try and use the restroom.
It is weird how
You
they
have
all
to go
just,
through 20 people.
they all just stopped.
Yeah, they all stopped right. Like the place has got to be what, 100 feet, right? And they stopped like 20 feet in,
Right.
and didn't go any further. Just
Yeah.
I'm like, there's so much room.
Just preparing for an emergency.
Well, there's so much room, but they tucked in this little tiny. So odd to me.
That is odd.
But I've seen that multiple times in the last like 6 months to a year. I don't know what that is. It's this weird herd. Maybe it's going to be the topic of the day. Maybe that's why.
Maybe.
You know? But yeah. And then also ranting about, come on, guys. Two pretty influential people musically in different eras of my life. Today, Ace Frehley just passed away. One of my favorite guitarists, old guitarists. I'm not a big, I don't listen to him anymore, but it was like there were some albums there that he did by himself. He was the lead guitarist of Kiss. I was not a Kiss fan, still not a Kiss fan. I'll listen to a couple songs, I'm good, but his guitar playing just really was very influential in how I approach my musical listening, or even if I'm going to play a guitar. And I think it really does go that direction. There's a few people that were like that. He really was one of them. And then, this guy, D'Angelo, that one got me.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was like 6-year stint where I listened to him so much. We're talking like every 4th or 5th song was D'Angelo.
A lot.
Well, it was great. It was great. I mean, I was also listening to metal and those kind of things, but I was like, I just want to hear that song again. Or, I just want to hear that piano work in there. I was like, I want to hear that. Yeah, there was a big draw of, so that's my rant. It's not really a rant, but you know what it is.
My
It's a bad feeling.
My other rant was, I don't understand. So I order Uber Eats.
Yes.
When I travel frequently. And the option of utensils is something you have to remember to check versus having to uncheck if you don't need utensils. I feel like if I'm ordering out, it's more than likely I'm going to need some utensils than not need them.
I agree with you. I just don't know if I just think it should be not a check or uncheck. I just think you need to complete it, that section.
Yeah.
Why don't you just have utensils, no utensils?
Yes.
It's just one of those options, and you have to choose one.
Yes.
I think that would eliminate most. I think, just check. You know, kind of like that. Yeah. You have to flip the switch.
Yeah, because otherwise you have to put it in like a special request section, and then you have to say, "Please give me." And I'm like, I always forget.
It just needs one of those check switches. Yeah. In a survey. It's like,
thankfully I carry emergency chopsticks in my suitcase, but I just use my last pair, so not anymore emergency chopsticks.
But I could actually see that side of them going, we're wasting so much stuff for no reason, and we're delivering it to somebody's house.
Right.
So I feel like if somebody's delivering food here,
we don't need the utensils.
Exactly.
Yes.
But so I don't know. I think that's why it should just be a toggle.
I agree.
Just put it in the system.
Yeah.
Utensils, please. No utensils.
Yeah.
Do you need utensils? Yes, no. I mean, there's so many options in that little menu that you can program on the back end. You know there is. I can do it in freaking a Google survey.
Right.
So I can do it on a survey on Instagram stories.
All right, and I have one ick.
Let's go.
I don't like when in TV shows, because it's been such a thing, I blame young people, where you make hearts
Blame
of
young
like
people.
all the weird shapes and
Yeah.
gang signs. And I find it so icky when people do it all the time. And they're like, oh, I love you. And they make a heart. And I'm like, ugh. I don't like it. I find it icky.
Didn't we talk about what was it? Because it's definitely more of a feminine thing, right?
Yes.
You're not gonna have two alpha,
Some bros do it.
no, alpha, omega, like the top tier.
Yeah.
The top testosterone tier. You're not gonna see a lot of them doing it. Unless it's a concert thing or,
Yeah.
something like that. So I find like it's more of a feminine driven thing, but it's also, I think we've said this before, is like there's some sort of masculinity that if I call you an MF to your face, you like me. And then if I call you a beautiful woman to your face, two women talk to each other, I really hate you.
Yeah.
It's kind of like this weird, and I'm not saying it's everybody, but that's a pretty standard. They talk about you behind your back. Dudes don't do that as much. They're more like, bro, or they just don't talk to you.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't need to talk to this person. There's no reason, but he's a friend of so. I was like, I don't care. Like, guys are like, cool. We can be in the same room, but it's like, we don't need to hang out.
Yeah.
We don't need to say, it was like, oh, I love your shoes. No, we don't need to do that. Our affirmation goes, it's a little bit more aggressive. At least the testosterone, that's what I mean by like the masculine and feminine thing. But I think that is really it's gross.
Yeah.
But it's also the same, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you do that when everybody walks in? That's crazy. That's exhausting. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
So what are we doing? So,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
For me. Anyway, that's all my rants.
That's your rants?
Yeah.
Shout out!
Woo!
What do you got?
I have two. One. How many do you have?
Well, just one.
Okay.
But mine's, yeah.
One is shout out to Becca for getting our taxes in.
Shout out to
We had
owing a bunch more taxes.
we had an extension filed, and then we finally had our due date. And because obviously, who wants to do taxes? They suck. So we did them. It wasn't as bad as it was last year.
No, it's
About
still bad.
half of what it was last
Still
year.
bad.
Still sucks.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You live, you die, you pay taxes. But shout out to Becca for taking care of that for us, because we definitely waited till the last minute
Yeah.
of the last minute.
That's for sure. What else you got?
Okay, my other one is the shout out for Scooter returning into his parents.
Oh, this is not funny.
So we were at the wedding reception,
Mm.
and they had one of those signs up that was like, if you scan this, you'll get an app, take pictures of the wedding, we get all the pictures. And so Scooter logs on and he realizes it's just me, him, and Mary, which is the bride. And he's sitting there and he's like, should I go around to everybody and try to get them signed up for this app? And I said,
I could just walk around. I literally, in my brain, I was like, I could just walk around with the QR code and they could just scan it on my phone. And she's like, you just became the commercial.
You just turned in that commercial that says you're becoming your parents. And he said, yeah, I can see it now.
I really did. Immediately I go, yeah, I feel it now.
He was so excited to go. Like, it was, that whole commercial was like happening in front of me. It was very funny to watch. I was like, oh, you just became your parents. That's
just like
funny.
what was the last one? Jan? Is it Jan that's on the cup?
Oh, yeah.
Could be Yan. No? I think that was the one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
was
would
good.
be you.
Great.
So, but yeah, shout out to you for turning into your parents.
So yeah, my shout out, just by overhearing some things that, that normally go on as parents, kids learning, making mistakes, owning up to mistakes, those kinds. Shout outs to us, because we have never made a mistake in our life. Never done anything wrong. We've never ruined something of our parents. We've never lied to our parents, screwed up. We've never, according to our children, we just do everything perfect, and they're the only ones that screw up. So shout out to us for being so good at being perfect and never making mistakes throughout our whole life.
Yeah, I did have to give a rundown of like, I was like, let me give you like 4 big ones that I made.
Seriously,
Forget the little
I
ones.
wrecked my dad's, blew the engine of my dad's boat, blew it up because I didn't set it in. It was run on dry, the whole thing. I've done that. Yeah, we both had children as teenagers.
Yes.
I mean, the things, I had
Things.
3 minors in possession before I was 18.
I didn't have any legal stuff.
No, I'm just saying, we're one, they was like, but you guys never making mistakes. I was like, no, we already made them.
Yeah.
And we learned from them.
We're still.
Yeah, and we're trying to move forward with them because we've come to the point of years ago, that wasn't a good idea. I need to say I'm sorry, and I need to move forward. If you can do that, because I think it was who did it? I don't know if it's still up there, but it had to do with no, the stories are gone. But something about an apology is not just saying I'm sorry and doing it again. It's apologizing, going to therapy, figuring the thing out, and then come back out. And me, it was like, it's always a change of behavior is the apology I want.
Yeah.
You got to still say you're sorry. You can't just all right. I was like, you still got to apologize, but you got to change it. You got to do something a little different the next time. But yeah, so shout out to us because according to our kids, we've never made a mistake and only they make mistakes.
Yeah.
Shout out to us.
I feel like maybe we just don't tell them enough things.
I've been telling my whole life the stupid things that I've done. Stupid things. I've been telling my whole life.
They weren't listening.
No, they're still not listening. They're still like, yeah, but that's you don't understand what I'm going through. I was like, yeah, I think we do. We just had I feel like you can talk to us a little bit more about it than we could to our parents.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Well, we hope they could.
Well, obviously they can't talk to us.
Hit or miss.
Yeah. So, shout out to us.
All right.
For being so good.
Amy. Advise me not.
All right, this is a topic you wanted to talk about. So,
I did.
talk to me.
How's it going?
It's going well.
So I was listening to something and probably a podcast, and they were talking about the anxious generation.
The book. Or they just talk about the term now.
I can't remember. I
'Cause
don't think they were talking about the book. I think they were talking about the term anxious generation, but it is a book. And I kind of look at it 2 ways because I feel
Same.
like there's the parents who are raising this anxious generation and what are we doing to screw up all our children? And then the children who are like, we get to a point where like, you should go do things. And they're like, we can't because you told us to always be scared about everything. And so now we don't know how to live life. And the parents like, well, I need you to live life. And the kids are like, well, you told us we can't live life. So here we are balanced in this anxious bubble
Right.
of life. So I don't know, I could see it from both points. I mean, me and Scooter talked about this. I feel like I was an anxious-ish parent, but Scooter's like, I think I was more anxious. He was more anxious than.
But I
was.
did it in a different way. I didn't just like say you can't go do these things.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the risk you're running by going and doing these things. Here's the things that you're showing the world when you go out and do these things. And yes, I need to be able to track your phone.
Yeah.
You track mine, I track yours. It's just
I said
why?
go as a group.
Yeah, go as a group. I mean, you were always go as a group.
Yeah.
Go to, mine was always check in with us. Remember, I was very like every hour, I just need a message from you saying, hey, I'm doing this. Because it only takes 10 minutes for something to go strangely, 30 seconds for it to go strangely bad.
Yeah.
So just check in every hour. Then we know what's going on.
Yeah.
That's it.
But they were saying like there's we think about when we were younger and we would go to the store. Like our parents would send us to go do things. Even before we had licenses, we would take our bikes and we would go around town and we would go do things, and nobody knew where we were, honestly. 'Cause they were just like, you said you were going to the store, so I'm assuming that's where you went.
Right.
But there's so many kids now who, like, even if they have a store down the street, they've never been allowed to just go to the store, like the corner store, to get a candy by themselves or with like their friends. They were never allowed to go do those things because their parents were so concerned that something's going to happen on the short route to where they were going, that they don't know how to do anything without their parents like always there with them now.
And that's what they were talking about.
Yes.
On the podcast. Okay.
Because they were getting ready to go on vacation. I think, again, I totally messing this whole thing up. Or mixing this up with something else I saw.
Yeah.
But same idea. But they were going on vacation. They were staying at a resort. And they were like, I can send you to go down and get your own breakfast. It was like 2 kids. They're probably like, I don't know, we'll say like 10, 11, 9, 10, somewhere in there. And they're like, you can go do this without us. And the kids were kind of like scared, anxious, like, or not scared, anxious, excited, anxious, like, oh, look, this is going to be interesting. But also, you're not going with us. And they're like, no, you guys are going to go. You're going to go downstairs and get breakfast. You're going to come back. And so they can see the kids, like, you know, once they get out of the off the elevator, they could see them walking through the resort.
Right.
But the amount of kids who could never, even in a safe-ish environment like that, be like, I feel confident enough to go run these errands by myself. Then you see kids in other countries that are like getting on trains, going to school, going grocery shopping. It's so interesting. I don't know. It's just so interesting about how there's how we've raised our kids to be either like stuck in this, I'm really scared to go do stuff, and the other ones who are like, I have all the confidence in the world, I can do anything.
Because where the book, I have not read it, but from what I understand, the book was about social media, experiencing the world, so much information, and so many times you could just make a FaceTime call and you don't have to go do that. So actually doing the physical thing, you're always just doing a fake version of it.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. And it was a concept of that's what's creating that too, because your parent is like, we can see all the, because we were raised around, we didn't know what was going on unless it was on the news.
Yes.
Right. So once something's on the news, 100 other things happen in your local area. This is just the 1 or 2 that they're reporting on today.
Yeah.
Right. But now with everybody is a reporter because they have a phone and a camera. Right. So it's this onslaught of information. Now we have a generation that's all they know.
Yeah.
Like they were born with all that information at their fingertips. Like YouTube was a thing.
Right.
When by the time our kids were like 6 or 7, right? By our oldest was, I think, I mean, she's in her early 20s, so she was that small child when YouTube became a thing, right? So people were already video cameraing and making blogs and doing these things, video vlogs and stuff like that. And it was more common. So us as people that didn't see it, we're going, oh my gosh, there's so many bad things happening in our neighborhood. And that we're raising a generation is like, what do you mean? Like, it's just things, like, this is normal. But to them, it's normal. To us, it's like, that's a lot of information. And it was more of, from what I understand, that was talking about not letting current generation or whatever have social media till 16.
Yeah.
Or
which I agree with.
To a point, I mean, we tried.
Yeah.
You know, but once you give them a cell phone, they're gonna
do what they want.
They're gonna create a bunch of accounts and lie about it. I mean, that's what kids do. So it was more of like taking the break, you know, because I know there was a couple of our kids that were really bad about not being able to use the phone and do anything else at the same time. 2 of them. And so there was some times where it's like, until stuff is done, this phone goes right here and it's plugged in. You don't get to touch it. Yeah. Just the way it is. So you can get you into kind of a mode of being able to use it and doing this at the same time. I think we have, as our older kids take breaks from their phone, social media. You know, I think Mariah deleted the app for like the apps for like a month.
Yeah.
My oldest daughter did the same thing.
Yeah.
And she wasn't born with it in her hand, but she's 32. So she's like, and she's like a social media guru person. She's like, I can't, I got to quit. And I think it comes to that point where it's like, it's okay to just set your phone down and do something else with human beings.
Yeah.
But it's also okay to be with other human beings and be able to check your phone and then not be like, oh, I have to doom scroll while I'm out to dinner with my friends.
Yeah.
What are you doom scrolling for? Like doom scroll at home when your brain's, doing too many things. You just want to check out for a little bit.
Yeah.
That's what kind of it's for. But I think they were talking about that. And I would, at least from what I understand, that was talking about. But I also think about the ideology of both of those things. When you're talking about the parents, not that we didn't let them do things, it was more like we're more informed and going, oh my gosh, there's somebody just got this, or something happened here, and that's just across the road. I was like, yeah, that's been happening for a long time.
Right.
We just didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Now we know about all of it. So we're kind of have that feeding that anxiety to our kids as they're growing up. So there's pros and cons to that, right?
Right. Because pro, obviously, we're keeping our kids safe. That's always
we're
the hope.
keeping our kids safer than
As safe as we think we can.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the pro. The con is they don't have the little lives for themselves because they're always stuck with your anxiety and your issues and your oversight all the time. But they don't just get to. When are they ever going to mess up? You know what I mean?
So I look at it, but I think there's a swaying of the school systems coming back to you don't need that phone.
Yeah.
And check in your phone.
Yeah, which as they should.
I think there's certain classes, especially, it should be like, and I think it should be rotating. It's a thought of this week there's no cell service, no anything in history for this week, right? And then next week you can have it back in history, but it's now math, whatever math. This week you can't have it in math. And I think you could honestly follow along and find out who's being more engaged, less engaged. You can do all that stuff. It's not as hard as everybody thinks. You can just follow the grade, follow the how many times you have to send them to wherever. But I think you don't need your phone to study mathematics.
No.
You don't need it. You don't need your phone to study history.
No.
But it's funny in this day and age, that's all kids know what to do.
Yes.
Well, I was like, I was looking up what it was like. You're sitting in front of a computer.
Right.
Right? You're sitting in front of a computer.
Yeah.
That has the exact same internet access than the one in your hand.
Yes.
The difference is the one in your hand also is logged into your Instagram, your Discord, your TikTok.
Yep.
It's also logged into your YouTube. It's logged into all those things too.
Yeah.
That's really the only difference. So I think that's the problem. That's why most of the time when I'm doing anything productive, I don't do it on my phone. Productivity, I don't use my phone for it. I use my computer for. That way I stay less distracted. I'm still as distracted, but I'm less distracted.
Yeah, because I know I'll be this. Miss you guys.
Miss you.
I know if I'm picking up my phone during a workday, it's because it's time for my brain break.
Right.
That's it. Or someone sent me a text message. But normally I'm just like, even then, most people just send me a chat in Gmail. Yeah. But I think it's hard. I think it's really hard for people to separate from all the information.
It is. But I think that's how we're going to. It is hard. And I think that's our next, hopefully not our demise. Hopefully it's our next uptick in brain capacity.
Yeah.
Because we have to evolve, right?
Hopefully.
Well, we have to. Otherwise, we're just going to go away.
Oh, gets what I mean.
Right? That's just the way it is. So I'm thinking right now it's kind of down. Yeah. Like everybody they feel like they're doing their math homework and then they pick up their phone to do. I was like, Well, I'm using the calculator on my phone. That's their excuse. Like, no, the calculator's sitting right there
Right.
next to it.
Yeah.
Or the piece of paper, because you're not supposed to be doing it on your phone.
Do by hand.
You're supposed to be figuring it out.
Yeah.
It's also one of those things. They become so dependent on the phone, but yet dependent on the phone for the things that don't really count.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate some of our children calling you for advice, but the information you're getting, where are you getting the information? You're
My
looking it up
head.
online. We're looking it up online for our kids, which is insane. Because we know that they have just as good of a phone and internet connection as we do.
But the best advice comes from your parents, even if they're just regurgitating information.
I understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
but I'm talking about real information.
Yeah.
Like, if you really wanted information, that's not where you get the best information. You get a good conversation with your mom,
Yes.
with your dad. But I'm not talking about then, am I? Stay focused.
No.
Sarah. Okay. Go ahead then. It's all you.
Just joking. Calm down.
It's all you.
No, go ahead. I was listening.
No, it's just it's one of those things of they could use these things for good things, but we're in this downfall of they're not using them for just the good things, or even the good thing, or the productive things. So we have to, and I feel like that might be our next, hopefully, where we get a little bit smarter.
Yeah. So I had a thought. Again, mine wasn't more towards the book. Mine was more about like kids not being able to like go do
and I
things.
heard yours, and I was looking at, I was just looking at what the book was about.
Yeah.
More than, because I did not read it. I was just thinking about, what is this? I've never even heard this term till you brought it up.
Yeah. Because there's like people I know who literally won't do anything without their kids. They don't go on vacations. They don't do they only want to hang out with their children.
Right.
And I find that very unhealthy because for a couple reasons. But the biggest one is you're never going to hear any good stories from your kids. You know what I mean? I think the most fun thing is when you let your kid go do something that like is exciting to them, or like, and it's anxiety fueled for you because you're I'm letting my kid go do something that's kind of scary.
Right.
But when they come back and they tell you like the most insane story, and you're like, I don't know how much this is real or not, but who cares? Like, you just have a really cool story because your kid just got to experience something.
I think we've come to the point of sometimes they don't tell us the stories.
Yeah.
They just experience the stories, and we might hear about these stories when they get older.
Yeah.
Might hear about
Right.
We might hear about the details of Mariah's camping trip years from now.
Yeah.
We might hear about the details of the Disney trip that wasn't just posted on socials and giving us pictures. We might actually hear about DJ going to the boulevard the other night and having fun with his friends. We just heard little snippets, but that's it.
Yeah.
We don't get really the stories that I think people, as they get older, they start telling the stories going, whoa, that was a really good moment in my life, but I don't think they realize how good of a moment it was at the time. They just kind of go, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I don't think you understand how cool it was.
I'm always
Because
like, all right.
because you're not always going to get those things.
Yeah.
You're going to get to a point where you're going to have a very long season in your life. I always feel you're going to have a very long season in your life where you don't get to do any of that.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, responsibility hits you that year. Or either a decision you made, or it could be something financially that happened.
Yeah.
It could be health that happened. There's so many things that could happen that could take that away from you for a while.
True.
And it's not a matter of if it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah. There's going to
no
be
matter where you're at. There's
Yeah.
going to be long seasons in your life that you're not going to be able to do anything.
Yeah.
So enjoy them. Embrace them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how you don't raise. No, that's not true. I feel like parenting's hard. We all know this. Parenting is the hardest job in the entire world. But
it's hard for parents that want to try and be a good parent.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not hard for some people that don't care.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Because it's pretty easy to have a kid.
Yes. But being able, it's kind of that weird double-edged sword, because having your kid have some freedom to go do things, in my mind, you also have to have some safety nets in place, which means they need to have a phone.
In this day and age, you do.
Right.
You
so
really
then
do.
you like get on that balance, that like teeter of, well, now if I give them a phone, how much control do I have over that? Because now if they leave and they go do stuff, they can do whatever they want on their phone. Then you have all these parental holds on your phone. Then you're like, now is this too far? Like there's so much snowball that can happen.
But I think that happens with every generation. I think we're in that mode of I'm hoping that every parent generation that's at least for the last, I don't know, let's say 40 years, I feel like it's progressively trying to do something a little bit better.
Yeah.
And really as a generation or whatever, as an uptick. And that just means since you learn more growing up and now you're a parent and then have kids, well, now they get your tool belt and now they're going, well, that was really good, but what if we did this too?
Right.
So I think we're just, as we're becoming parents, it's compiling.
Yeah.
Right. We have to go back 5 generations to where they didn't do a lot when it comes to parenting. There's some things that they really fell short on.
Yeah.
But there's a couple things they did quite well.
Right.
Right. And then you go, okay, well, it's going to take those. And then the good things from the next generation. Well, you got to add them all together. And now we have all these generations of knowledge, know-how, what works, what doesn't work. And now we're like, I think that's when parenting becomes really hard. Because now your kids have access to all that information.
Yeah.
Right. And not all of the kids, when they don't have when your brain's not, it's still developing, which happens. We're finding out even now that it's not even fully developed till your late 20s.
That was like 26, 27.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was like mid-late 20s.
Mm-hmm.
When you're doing that, you're basically taking all that information and gaslighting your parents.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're like, well, you could have done this better. You could have done this better. I was like, you're 19. Like you don't even
anything.
know. You can't even keep a gerbil alive.
Right.
Right. I was like, you can't even make sure that your clothes are dry or you're, those types of things. You're just not, you're not even developed in that point. So you can't use all the parenting information because you've never been a parent.
Right.
And all of a sudden you're a 19-year-old parent and you go, I don't know anything.
Right.
Right. As soon as because you think you know everything until you're in your 20s and have 2 kids.
Yeah.
And you go, I know nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't know how exhausted I could be. I didn't know how, but put all that with this information that we have access to all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So now we have everybody else's information. We have your information. It's overwhelming.
Yeah.
So the pros and cons where I was understanding with the book part was that would help with kids not having so much anxiety by taking the phone away and doing those things. But the con to that is there's some kids that actually do just have a little bit more or a little bit more awkward than others.
Yeah.
They're not super in crowd. They're not, so they don't have a place to meet other people like them.
Right.
They do, but it's hard to do that in a social setting at school with thousands of people. And you're like, so there's some cons to that too, especially, and I think there was a big con of it going, you got to think about it in, let's just say, in your school growing up, would it have been beneficial for, say, you went there more recently with the same situation, whatever, you just had more technology then. You had a little bit of social media, you had phones more accessible in your high school, let's just say. Would it have been easier to find more people that were kind of like you in your area?
Probably.
I mean, yeah, you'd find, because you were kind of not the norm.
Right.
You were black in a white and Mexican high school.
Yeah.
Right. So it was like that. They were very few and far between.
God, I couldn't imagine trying to have social media with my parents.
But you see what I'm saying?
No,
but
I know.
they weren't ready for it because you got to understand that it needed us. It needed us this generation to go, whoa.
No, I'm just saying like the way that my dad was when it came to like outside activities that wasn't like meetings or school. I couldn't imagine being like, hey, Dad, we also want to have social media. He'd be like, no. But he's also a teacher at the time. So he'd definitely been like, absolutely
No,
not.
but there's a lot of people in administration that their kids, they don't.
Yeah.
They're like, we know what's on there. We
Yeah.
have alarms every day. We
Right.
have alerts all the time, So I think that's why I'm saying we might have to have this lull
Yeah.
in some things, and then we can kind of go forward. But could you imagine, you might have been able to find more people like you? Same with me. I wasn't on not playing football. I played guitar, had long hair, read comic books, liked to play, video games. And there, in my whole town, I mean, no, it's a very small town. There was like 4 of us, 4,
Yeah.
and I feel like we could have branched out and, those types of things. But I think it goes so vast that it becomes an obsession and it's just
Yeah.
too much. I mean, we met each other online, for
We
goodness
did.
sakes. So I wouldn't even, if there wasn't this tool that's out there, you and I wouldn't be together.
You never know. The way the universe works is
It's not
it was-
serendipity.
if it's
I
meant
am
to
not-
be, it'll be. I'm just kidding.
Oh, yep. It's not how it works, and you know it.
I don't know it. That is how
Not
it
John
works.
Cusack.
How do you know?
You're not. What's her name?
I don't know.
She's
Bullock.
English.
Nope. That's all I was thinking.
Serendipity.
I don't know.
English also played Underground or Underworld.
Oh, I like her.
Beckinsale.
Beckinsale.
Kate Beckinsale. Kate Beckinsale.
I loved me Kate Beckinsale.
But wasn't that Serendipity?
I have no idea.
The glove, and she was always like, "That's a sign," and he goes, "No, it's not a sign. We need to." Like, it's a sign we shouldn't be. I was like, "No, it's not." Yeah.
Hmm.
You don't know.
Don't know.
But yeah,
But-
that was kind of the pros
yeah.
and cons that I know that there was some backlash of the book itself
Yeah.
that I read about. But it was also, I think it's everybody's to each their own, but you got to have somebody that's willing to balance
Yeah.
you.
Because we still have the giant pendulum of people who are just like, my kid's never going to have a phone until they're like 17, 18 years old. And my kid has a phone and they're 4. You know what I mean? Like there's that weird,
It's
giant
a weird
gap.
There is a weird gap in that. And I'm going, what happened to you
right?
as a teenager
Yes.
to where they can't go anywhere?
Yes.
And then the other one is like, what kind of strange privileged life did you live to
Right.
where your children are getting cell phones at 5 years old?
Yes.
Where I don't know,
Right.
and those are rigid statements.
I
So
know.
if you're giving your kid a phone at 5 years old,
Do you?
if you think I'm talking about you, I probably am, because you think I'm talking about you. So you got to look at it that way. If you have a guilty conscience and somebody says something, that's on you.
Yeah.
If you think they're talking about you, then that's a you problem.
Yeah.
Right. But I just feel like there's some pros and cons in there. There's some pros on both sides, but I feel like we did what we're still trying. We're still trying to do the best we can.
Yeah.
With the tools we're given.
It's our life, man.
And sometimes, and a lot of times we make mistakes.
All the time.
But yeah, you got to look at it as like you growing up, as like anybody growing up, you use these things against your parents because you were starting to learn knowledge.
Mm.
I mean, the first time you went to, that's when you took Psych 101.
Yeah.
Because you have to take 1 year, right? You got to take one
Correct.
semester.
One semester.
One semester in state of California. I think it's everywhere in the whole United
Oh.
States, I think. So as soon as you take that first semester, you know how to deal with your parents, and you know how to deal. You do. For some reason, these,
But I never thought.
but
that.
you start looking at those things and going, oh, well, that person must treat me like this because of this, and I must be doing this because of this. It's like, you took a semester, bro. And- but I think everybody has that kind of breakthrough, and now everybody can read. I mean, you could teach yourself online everything that we learned in our one semester of psychology.
True.
You could read all the exact same stuff online.
Yes.
And just consume it, learn it, and you know all the same and more.
Yeah.
So the more it's not hypochondria. That's like physical ailments, but the kind of psychology is the same thing. Still the same thing.
I think so.
Like I have the same.
Yeah.
Oh, I have ADHD. Oh, I
Right.
must have OCD.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Start diagnosing yourself.
I must be ABPDDQRS. -5.
Yeah.
I must be that.
I must have that. That's like
Yeah.
when what was that one website that came out? You could diagnose yourself.
Mm,
Um,
that WebMD did that for a minute.
it was.
Wasn't that the
I think
site?
it was WebMD.
Yeah, where everybody's like, I must have this.
Yes, they let you put your ailments in, and they're like, "Here's all the things you could have," and they're like, "I have cancer."
Yeah, brain worms.
You just have a headache.
Right? You didn't sleep for the last 48 hours because
Right.
you were working.
Yeah.
Right?
Poor doctors must have hated that.
And you're dehydrated.
Yeah.
Idiot.
God forbid.
So I just feel like we're in that kind of boat too, because we have such informed, quote unquote, informed people. But the people that are, I feel like we have a whole generation of people that are informed by somebody, literally people that are influencers,
Yes.
literally influencers, not somebody that's actually a doctor in that field.
Correct.
Could be a doctor.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, yeah, I was a chiropractor.
Right.
I was like, but you're giving me like how to deal with my upbringing of my child. I was
Yeah.
like, well, yeah. Well, of course I am a doctor.
Right.
But I think we're getting to that. I think we're starting to understand that people that are out there telling people to do stuff, stop believing them.
I hope we are.
I think, but we have to go through the purge
Yeah.
first, right? You have to go through going, I can't believe anyone. Right.
Yeah.
That's kind of the point,
Yes.
right?
But that's also the scary thing for kids and having access to all this stuff, because they have even less of the capacity to understand how much is true and how much is just BS.
Right.
And that's scary.
Because I think that's I think that's what you learn the most if you're a person who's maturing, at least constantly. You haven't stopped. Like, even whatever age you're still maturing, is knowing what to call out as BS.
Yeah.
And knowing what other stuff you're like, I need to double check that.
Yeah.
Or it's like, I need to double check myself, because
Right.
I just said something. I go, is that actually true?
Yeah.
Or did I repeat something that somebody else told me?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I was like, no, that's just fact. I was like, and you start going,
Is it?
my dad told me that when I was like 15. I'm like, let me see.
Yeah.
Because not that he was wrong, but he could be wrong in 2025.
Right.
You know?
Or he could be misremembering it.
Or I could be misremembering
Yep.
it. Oh, there's too many variables in
Yeah.
there. So check yourself, check others,
Yeah.
check quote unquote facts. Check. I mean, I think that's what we're running into here.
Yeah.
I think that's where the social media problem is. Like, we're following things blindly on somebody's feed,
Yes.
and then you get into this rabbit hole and the algorithm shows you everything you've been looking at.
Yep.
And of course, well, that's got to be real then.
Yeah.
I was like, but there's somebody else's feed that's giving them all the facts about the exact opposite answer that you got.
Yeah.
Just, it's how it
Scary.
works.
Also, I don't like these AI creative videos. I don't even share. I rarely share things anymore, because I know people are like, how could you not tell it was AI? Because I don't care enough to look. So if I don't care enough and it looks off-ish to me, I'm like, I'm not going to share it.
But
Unless
if
it's really funny.
But if it's funny,
Yeah.
who cares?
There was one of like an eagle tried to take a cat and then the goat saved the cat. And I thought, that seems like a lot.
But I'm like, why would I? But me as a person, why would I share that if it was real?
True.
There's no reason for me to
I
share
just
it.
thought, and I thought, why does this exist?
There's just no reason for me to share that.
And it was I think the thing that made me laugh too was like, it was supposed to be from like a Ring camera, but it was also like the most clearest video you could ever see. And I'm like, I don't like that so much fake crap can exist. I think that's the part that sucks. And it's got to be hard. Again, as an intelligent adult, it's hard. For like kids who are assuming that they see things and they're real.
We're talking about the kids that are old enough to vote now.
Yeah.
The ones that can like rent places, they're owning businesses, those type. We're talking, they're the ones they're talking about brain advancement not being complete till your mid-late 20s.
Yeah.
These are the people
they're
that are out there.
sucking the stuff in.
Yeah, they're just like, well, that's the way it should be. And that's what I was like, no, that's what this person that you follow in this, or this group of people say you need to follow.
Yes.
You got to start thinking for yourself. And I'm thinking we might have to go through a rough spot for a while. But I think as humans, we might go, hold up,
Hope so.
hold up.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, like the algorithm has us all.
Yeah, literally.
It does. Because I'll look at my algorithm and go, yeah, I've watched like 35 funny dog videos in a row. That's a problem, right?
I don't watch videos.
Well,
Well,
on my
rarely.
TikTok,
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
it'll change. It completely changes. I'm like, what?
That's why I don't have it.
That's wild.
Everyone keeps saying, how do you not have TikTok? I'm like, I couldn't imagine.
I just scroll through videos to turn my brain off. That's
Yeah.
all it's for. Or when you go on, like right now, I had so much camera audio equipment on my YouTube algorithm. But now that we went to Aftershock, it's all live performances, interviews with rock stars or metal or musicians. It's all that now.
Yeah.
It's all live music or interviews with musicians.
Mhm.
That's 90% of my YouTube algorithm now. And that only happened. That happened in a week.
Yeah.
It's just different, completely different.
So interesting.
Yeah.
So interesting. That's all I had.
So yeah, anxious generation. Did we create it? No.
Say yes.
We didn't create it. I don't think we created it. I mean, because who's we?
True. That's true.
I mean, you can say society created it,
Yeah.
or it's kind of like the adjacent possible?
Yeah.
Right. It was like it's like it was built to do this.
True.
Whether it was built to do this on purpose or not is irrelevant. Or
Yeah.
if there's somebody that's like, I have this big super master plan, or the universe is going, hey, we gotta, for some reason, these human beings are not getting any smarter.
Yeah.
We need to attack them with information. I was like, I don't know.
Right.
Because somehow in the future, Star Trek, they're fine. The whole world is in a union.
You know what it
Doing
feels like?
great.
It feels like in the future, the Earth just gets Australian. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They just gonna be like, let's just leave the riffraff on Earth and we'll just keep moving on.
And then it becomes one of the coolest places to go,
Right.
even though they got the most dangerous, craziest things
Yeah.
on this planet.
Yes.
But
Everyone wants
still
to
a
go
great
there.
place there to do a show or go on vacation and look at the weird animals they have. Because the people there are crazy.
And nice, apparently.
Yes, and super nice and super fun.
Yeah. Interesting. Anyways,
Maybe that's what it's going to be. Who knows?
you're
Who knows?
Australia. All right. Let's go watch Love is Blind, eh?
Yeah, but I think that's a question that people should have. If you watch this, if you've listened to it, get in the comments there and see what you feel like when it comes to, because I have a real problem with labels anyways, like anxious generation. We're going to say what it means now, but
Right.
5 years from now, it could mean something completely different.
Yeah.
I mean, we just discussed the word swag
Right.
is now a completely different.
Apparently it's been that for a while.
I
I
understand
mean, it
that.
was one of the possibilities.
Right.
But yeah.
So it's like, but it's a newer,
Yeah.
Which was, what was it?
Scientific wild a guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scientific wild-ass guess. I mean, but I grew up when I was in my teens, it was called Stuff We All Get.
Yeah.
When I was in my 30s, it was short for swagger, and now that I'm in my 50s, I'm learning this. I'm like, okay, so I'm just saying words change.
Yeah.
They mean different things as languages evolve. So pay attention to like old school sayings, new school sayings. You might go, what does that even mean? I thought it meant that it was like, you'll have somebody that's 12 going, oh, that is not what it means.
Idiot.
Gee. So I think about that. So it's like, maybe if you guys want to put in the comments the pros and the cons of the ideology of the book, I think I'm going to probably read up on more pros, people the pros and cons.
I can listen to.
There is. There is. On Amazon.
Check my Audible.
And then also for us, like going, what were the pros and cons as we go forward,
Mhm.
or that we can help our kids become better parents, going, hey, don't, it's almost like don't swing the pendulum too far.
Yeah.
That's kind of, we've got to live in this area over here where we take the information from this side and we make a rational, scientific decision.
Yeah,
It's
because
hard
I
to
think
do.
the hard part about like people who go no social media, especially when their kids are like late teens, I'm like, but they're about to go into a world that doesn't exist.
I mean, it's
Like you got to prepare them at some point.
taking a break
Yeah.
is fine. But if you have a kid in your house that's 17, 18, and you think they don't have social media,
Right, that part.
you've lost your mind.
Yeah,
You've
Yeah.
lost your mind.
because they have.
Oh, they have.
They're
probably
not
have-
going to be the only kid at their school who doesn't know what's going on.
They're
That's crazy.
probably going to be the outlier that does something weird with it.
Yeah.
So
true.
remember that, you
Yeah.
know, because it was always so difficult with, especially our youngest. It was so hard because he would stay up for 48 hours straight if
Yeah.
he had access to the internet.
True.
He just would. And I'm like, and then we would have big fights. He would not do anything, almost failing, getting angry, being physical. I mean, all those things. So I'm like, where do we get this balance? So, and we didn't do it right,
No.
but we did it how we
tried
thought. We
real hard.
adjusted, adapted, moved, did the thing, tried it here. Okay. So all I got to say is shout out to us because we never make mistakes according to our kids, except for making mistakes with them.
Yes.
We make a ton of them,
Oh, that they know.
but in the
Yes,
world,
damn.
we never did.
Oh.
So shout out to us. All right, guys. We will talk to you soon. We'll talk to you probably around next week.
Sure.
Let's keep doing more of this stuff. Show up in real life. We're going to keep doing that because we have been doing that.
Yes.
We can do more of that.
Tomorrow.
Encourage you. Yeah, we're going to go do that tomorrow and the next day
Yeah.
and Sunday.
I'm
Okay.
not doing Sunday.
Okay. Whatever. All right. Talk to you soon, guys. Go
Bye.
show up in real life. Would you? Would you?
Bye-bye.
And I loved it. Bye.